Hello everybody, and welcome to the Double Negative Challenge. Now, if you're new to this challenge, let me give you a quick rundown. So first of all, I'm playing hardcore mode. That means if I die, this series is over. Second, I'm using medium fog only, which actually forces mobs to spawn closer to me in this older version. Speaking of versions, this is beta 1.1_02, and at this point in Minecraft's development, tools had a lot less durability, they mined a lot slower, and there was very limited block choice. But one of the main bugs that we're interested in the Double Negative Challenge is the negative coordinate glitch. In the negative quadrant of the world, that's anywhere that X and Z are negative, resources will spawn at a much lower rate. That means ore and clay are much harder to find in negative coordinates. And that's the main effect of this challenge. It's a little bit harder to maintain a quality level of tools, and when you do get good tools, they don't last very long. So everything is a little bit more of a grind, it's a little bit more difficult. Mobs are more dangerous in this version, they spawn closer to me. So with all those limitations in mind, thank you for showing up. And if you haven't seen the other episodes, that's okay. I'm sure you can enjoy the world just the same. But with all that out of the way, let me show you what I've been doing between the last episode and this episode. You probably saw a few things over there. We're gonna get to those in a moment. But this giant hole I've been digging out, which has only gotten slightly deeper, I've decided to carve a larger walkway around here. And then I made a storage area. The reason I did that is because I didn't want to keep having to run items all the way back to my base and just flood those chests. So I decided that I make this cool little dwarven workshop thing. And I think it turned out okay. You don't realize how limited you are in block choice as far as stone variants go in beta 1.1. But I think I pulled it off all right. If I were to do this again, I'd maybe carve it bigger, but I just had to fit in this hill. We have a little bit of overflow going on here, nothing special, but that is the first thing I have to show you. I have a few more. So over here by the reed farm that I built last episode, I had a similar issue. These were growing very fast and I was harvesting lots of them. I didn't want to have to keep running them back to my chest room over there and just overflowing my chests, so I made a little storage hut for these. I like how this turned out. I think it's nice and simple. And in here we have a decent amount of reeds. I don't know how many I'm going to need in the future. I haven't been religiously harvesting these because they just grow so fast. But it makes a nice view at the end of this walkway. So there's that. Over here on this big beach, there is this mysterious staircase. And there are no lights because mobs do not spawn on stair blocks. And I kind of like the ambiance this gives. It's a little creepy, dark tunnel deep into the earth. But yeah, this is actually a string farm. So if you watched my channel recently, I made an updated tutorial on how to do a string farm in old versions, and I actually filmed it on this world. And I made a little improvements since I did that tutorial. I put a viewing window here, for example, so you can see them all dying. And I put a painting, so really living it up down here. But yeah, I have a decent amount of string. But keep in mind, in beta 1.1, wool took 9 string to craft. So each line here is 9 stacks, which means that it's 1 stack of wool, so you actually get a very low yield for this. Maybe one day I'll do a passive mob farm. I've been kind of thinking of some designs I could try. I don't really want to follow a tutorial, but I never tried to do that before, so, we'll see. There is one more thing that I want to show you guys that I worked really hard on, and I think it's super cool. Check this out. 3, 2, 1. It is an autumn texture pack, and this is just beautiful. So, I made this custom for this version. I used a lot of assets in existing texture packs, but none of them seem to work for this version. I used some of the color mappings from Jade Sierra's Autumn texture pack for Alpha. Solstialis made some textures for Autumn packs like this side grass, and he changed some other things. I did adjust a few things in this pack, namely flowers are slightly different. There's a little bit more contrast, they're not as neon as they were before. Wheat has a little bit more of an orange tint to it. This mossy cobblestone texture was made by Solstialis. As far as I know, moss doesn't really change with the seasons, but it does look really cool, so maybe you can tell more here when you look at the rose and the dandelion. I like how this is actually just rose and flower. I didn't know that. Yeah, the saplings also have orange leaves, which again, doesn't make a lot of sense, but it does look cool. Solstialis had his own version of this. I also adjusted it a lot, but I took inspiration from him. And then also a big thank you to Gory for helping me figure a lot of this out, as well as the people over at Modification Station, because this is actually not a texture pack. It's a jar mod. And the reason it's a jar mod, and I'll show you why. So check this out, I also changed the background. I figured out you can change the background of this to any block you want, so now this is the mossy cobblestone texture. I think it looks pretty cool. But if you look here, I made a bunch of custom splash text. Like, I changed some of the old splash text to be fall versions of themselves. Like, instead of bringing home the bacon, it's bringing home the pumpkin, you know? Now with red leaves instead of, I can't remember what else it was. I also put a thank you message because I used some of these people's work in this pack. Absolutely spring free. This used to say absolutely dragon free. I have one for each of the seasons. There's absolutely winter free, absolutely summer free. Anyway, there's a little quirk about beta 1.1, and I'll show it to you. So this is with the jar mod turned off, and in that case, the only splash text you'll ever see, no matter how many times you load the game, reads finally beta. And I believe this is just in early versions of beta when Notch was excited that Minecraft entered the new stage of development. He wrote in the class files an exception, so it makes it so that this splash text is the only one that's ever displayed in this version. So I had to figure out how to modify a class file and change that. And that took hours because I am not a programmer. But I did learn a lot. Because this is a jar mod, I can edit the class files and that removes that exception. And then I just have my custom list of splashes. I made this mod publicly available. I also made a separate mod that just removes the finally beta. That's all that it does. If you want that, I can put the links in the description. You may have also noticed that my hearts are now hardcore hearts when they weren't before. That's another texture change that I made, and also you can have that one too. Now, after all that introduction, I'd like to just be silent for a minute. Okay, so the plan for today's episode. I know last episode I talked about building a mansion, but I don't really think that we're ready for that quite yet. I still haven't lived out that other house, and it served me pretty well, so I'm not sure we're going to expand quite yet. But I do want to do something big this episode, and that's build rails around this entire island. I want an easy and safe way to navigate everywhere around this place. Now, I did a little bit of measuring, and the hole that I dug is actually sort of close to the center of the island, so if I made that into the main rail station and had a large ring that goes all the way around this island with substations along the way, I can make travel very easy. And that's exactly what I want to try to accomplish here. But before we start, I have to do a little bit of exposition, and that's because powered rails were not actually added until beta 1.5. I didn't know this, but that doesn't mean that we can't make this happen. Because in these old versions, there were some bugs and some quirks that you could take advantage of to make your minecarts move over a long period of time, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Let's start like this. Okay, so I've made a simple rail line that's going to be very annoying to clean up after I'm done filming. So when I give it a push and I start going, this is about as fast as I can get. It'll eventually slow down to a stop. Pushing W doesn't really do anything. This sucks, but there is a way to boost your minecarts. So I just made a quick change to this, and all that I did is that I made a little dip in this rail line, and next to the dip I put a separate rail that just kind of leads up into a loop and then falls back onto itself. I'm going to put a minecart here, and then I'm going to put our main minecart here. Now watch what happens when I give this a little push. What you just saw is a minecart booster. That's literally what it's called, and this is what everyone used up until beta 1.5. And it is a completely different system of making your rail stations work. It's super cool. I am in love with this. I've experimented with this a little bit in alpha 1.1, but I haven't really done a whole lot with it. I've been doing some research on old versions and some old YouTube videos, and I've been learning about how this works, and I'm kind of grasping the concept here. Basically, when this minecart gets pushed down onto here, these carts link and they just kind of push each other, both increasing each other's velocity at the same time, leaving it with a very substantial boost. And then this minecart, when it has a boost, it falls back onto the rail and then goes right back into place. So if I make a closed loop like this and I hop in, as long as I'm going in the same direction and this booster is always resetting itself, I'll just keep my momentum going indefinitely. And this is what's going to power our main railway all around the island. There's a lot of cool features to this system that make it work, and there's a lot of possibilities. Power rails are basically able to start a minecart from resting position automatically without a player or a mob interacting with it, and now we wouldn't be able to do that if not for this minecart booster technology. So check this out here. So there we go, we've started a minecart from resting position, and we've given it a substantial boost. Now this is important, you can use it to start a minecart in a certain direction. Let's expand our thinking a little bit. Using the same concept that I just showed you, what if I was able to call a minecart from somewhere else that could come up and push this in a certain direction? Now it's getting kind of dark, but I can actually do this. This is the same minecart booster design that I was using here to keep this perpetually boosted. And this is just by itself. I can't really do a whole lot right here. But what if I put another booster right next to it? So when I do something like this, what actually happens? So now you can see they're actually perpetually boosting each other. And if I log out and then log back in, they keep their momentum. So they will do this forever. Now the reason I do it this way, jeez. That scared the crap out of me. Okay. The reason I do it this way, and not just make like a really small loop with one booster, is because it'll keep adding momentum incrementally until the momentum's value becomes so high that upon relog, it has to just kind of stop, right? That sounds complicated, but there's a chance if you do it that way and you log out and you log back in, they'll stop moving. By doing it this way, the minecarts stop and start repeatedly. This makes sure that they don't get too much momentum and kind of reset themselves. Now we have like a little bit of a perpetual motion chamber. Now, if I ran some redstone line to one of these curved tracks, I could temporarily divert the minecart onto a different track, have it come over here, give this minecart a boost, and then go back to that track to be reset. So let's try that out. Okay, now, if I have this correct, this perpetual motion machine is just kind of temporarily wired up so that if I hit this pressure plate, it'll divert from this track onto this track, which will come down here, give that minecart a boost in that direction, go back onto itself, and then go all the way back up and reset. So let's see if I got this correct here. Okay, that's completely reset. And it looks like the minecart is still going. Would you look at that? It'll actually go for quite a ways. It's still going, wow. So yeah, we were successful. So imagine we get to a rail station, we get in our minecart, and then we hit a button that calls one of these over and gives our minecart a boost in the direction that we want. Oh, looks like it finally slowed down. That went on for a long time. So there are actually a ton of ways to do this, but hopefully by showing you a few principles of minecart boosting, you can kind of understand. This simple bug or glitch or whatever it is unlocks so many possibilities for us. Okay, so since I've kind of made this giant hole the center of the island, what I've done is I've measured 60 blocks out from the center on all directions, and I made a little marker. See a little piece of cobblestone with a torch on it? That's my marker. I've done that 60 blocks on all sides of the center. I also made corners, so I kind of outlined this box, and that's where this railway is going to go. So as long as I have everything correct and I didn't mess up my measurements, this should go pretty well. I have an idea for the design right now, and maybe a little bit elaborate, but it'll be pretty cool. I have a ton of stone. I have so much stone that I could build with. I don't think I'll be hurting for resources when I'm making this. It's going to use a lot of stone slabs, which are expensive, but cool. So I guess we're going to see how it looks. All right, so what I just did is I went to each corner of this outline that I made, and I pillared up to Y level 90. And I know that it says Y92, but that's because at my head is where the coordinates are measured. So if you go down one block and another block, you reach this level, and that's 90. So I raised each corner to 90, and then I bridged all the way across, bridged all these corners together, cost a lot of cobblestone. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I don't have enough resources, but you know, we'll see what happens. I guess the next step is like actually building these pillars, just straight up building them and using this as some kind of outline. But I'm almost wondering if I should save that step for last and instead start working on the actual minecart system and just put it on top of this and then decorate it after. Yeah, maybe that's what I should do. I think that's probably a better use. I think that's a better order of operations, just in case I maybe have an issue. So I guess that means I need to start putting rails and everything. And I know that I don't have nearly enough, And I don't even think I have enough iron to make even more rails. But we'll see how far this gets me. I think this is enough to do half. Alright, I've placed every single rail and I used every last bit of my iron except for 2 to make all the rails. Thankfully, I still have 32 left over for the boosters, but I really don't think that's enough. I have the smallest inkling that I'm gonna need to go mining again. While I was up here, I saw some caves that I haven't explored, so, you know, maybe that's the next thing that I should do, just poke around in there, see what I can find. Yeah, right there, you see? Right over there. There's some caves I haven't really messed with, so maybe there's some iron in there that I can get to easily, because I doubt that what I have is going to be enough. Okay, well that cave system was kind of small. Took me about 10 minutes to get everything in there. I got a decent amount of coal and I got 11 iron. Yeah, not exactly rolling in it, but that might put us a little bit farther along our path. Shoot, you know what? While I'm here, I really need to try and make something that I've been thinking about for a while, but I never get around to doing, and that is a bow. Really need a bow. Range fighting will save me so much trouble, especially in a hardcore world. So, yeah. These have durability. No, they don't. Nice. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the center of each of these lines. I'm going to build a platform, and that is going to be where the future terminals are. I'm thinking maybe I did make this a bit too high. These terminals are places I'm going to want to be able to reach, right? Maybe it's a bit tall. Whatever. Who cares? All right, look, this is the center. I marked it out, okay? And I'm also looking at the coordinates. I marked it down on a sticky note. I'm going to have all the systems and stuff on this side facing outwards, because eventually I want to try to connect these minecarts down the center too to like a main station. That's where that hole is right now. Yeah, so there'll be a rail going that way. So all the systems will be on this side. I do kind of like the view up here. It's a perspective I haven't really gotten yet. Although it does make me wish the far rendered distance. Kind of wonder what it looks like, but whatever. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, and so the idea is that, like, let's say there's a left button here and a right button there. And this is just temporary, but I make a button. Oh, shoot, I can't. The rail's in the way. Okay, button here, button there. I want to go left. Boom. A minecart will come here and run along and make me go and push my cart to the left. That means that it has to come out this side and then also go back into place. Okay, maybe I need to do this a little bit differently. Okay, now I have it facing a different direction. So, button here, button there. Oh, I need a little bit more room than this. Goodness gracious. There's no redstone test worlds here. This is all live. You know what'd be cool? The minecarts moving like behind glass or something. Imagine that they're like right up here and then there's glass so you can see the minecart booster moving around. And it also tells you if there's a bug or something and they stop moving. So maybe I should try to focus my efforts on putting it right here. I think that actually might be a good idea. That may make things a little harder or a little easier. Not totally sure quite yet. Okay, here's our track, and if I have some glass here, you'll be like standing over here when you come up to the track, so you'll be able to see it behind this glass here. Say, I want to go left, and then this thing needs to leave the station some. I think this direction would be good. Let's do a quick test. Oh, nope, that just broke it. Okay. Also, I don't think you get levers back. That's a fun little factoid. Maybe this doesn't need to be so wide. I don't know, it's kind of cool though. Yeah, you know, maybe it needs to be a little bit shorter. That'll save some room here. This is just a mock-up, but I think... Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. The wire's right here, but I need the minecart to be right here. Anyway, this is my mock-up. When I hit this button, the minecart will turn onto this track. This will turn there, briefly. Do you see it? It moved. I don't know if you saw that. But I can't even do this because these buttons can't be right here. They are in the way. These tracks are in the way. I actually should just raise these tracks up. If I raise them up a block, you'll still be able to see them moving around behind the glass. And I'll have room for redstone underneath this. I think that's essential. I'm gonna have to do that, okay. Okay, now we have room for this thing. We hit the button, this redstone torch will go off, and it'll turn it down onto this track. The same thing should happen on this side. Okay, our minecarts will come along that edge, and they'll change directions based on which button is pushed. Oh, I'm out. Okay, hold on. I can make 32 more rails. All right, we're rolling. Okay, so check this out, okay? Okay. Flick connects to this track. Flick connects to the normal track. Okay, so that button's hooked up. That'll free the minecart on that side. You know, I actually don't mind that this redstone is like not compact and orderly and stuff. It's a little charming. Or is that just cope? Okay, so. Let's kick this sucker on. Okay, it's on. You know, if I wanted to, there's a display window up here you could be able to look at in the future. Let's say I want to go that direction. So minecart should come down and go whoop that way. Boom, look at that. Wait, hold on. Okay, that came from this way, right? I need to be able to turn back onto that. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's just gonna go on this loop forever. I am almost out of rails. I literally have to go mining again just for a little bit more rails. Kind of the same track, slightly different. Okay, so that comes this way, it comes down that way, blah, 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 blah. Right now I just need to give it a way to leave the track. It has no way of leaving the track. Like, it comes down here. Now it needs a way to exit. Oh. That's not a 100% reliable button, but honestly, it's okay. I don't want to fit a pulse extender in here. You can just hit it again if it doesn't work, you know? Both these tracks work, they just don't have a way to get back onto the track. But the wiring is almost done. Let's just do a test here. I'm gonna sit here, I wanna go right. So let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Whoa! Wait a minute. What? Oh my god. Oh. Shoot. Okay. That is... Holy crap. Yeah, you phase through the block when you break the minecart. That happened earlier in some of the clips. I didn't even think about that. That could have been over for the series. I mean, I don't even have any armor on. That could have been over. Just more proof that I like desperately need to be wearing armor at all times. Yeah, so I think that means that I need to like go underneath the entire rail system and place blocks so I don't fall and die if I want to do that. I gotta go get that minecart. There was a creeper out here, right? Yep. Hey, I could hit it. Huh, nice. Alright, time to put this bow to use. I'm armored up. Alright, the minecart fell like over here, or it was on top of a tree or something. Oh, I wonder if the minecart is up on top. There it is. Okay. So I think here's what I'm going to do. I don't know where any more caves are, so I am just going to strip mine. I haven't really used my strip mine yet, and get some more iron because I know that I definitely need some more. So that's the plan. Hey! 1. Literally every time it's just 1. Okay, I went through about 6 pickaxes and I got 13 iron, 1 diamond, and 5 gold, and then a decent amount of coal. 13 iron, that's enough to make 64. No, actually, just 32. Yeah, that's enough to make 32 more rails. So, you know, that'll put us in business just as long as we need to be. But the fact remains that I am going to have to do a lot more strip mining. And I don't like strip mining. I like caving. But I've nearly gotten all the caves here, I think. I think they can't pathfind on rails. That's why he's not chasing me. I want you to know that using hundreds of stone pickaxes has led to me being able to make this rail, because ore is very hard to get. That's part of the challenge though, isn't it? But yeah, now I gotta try to fix this thing, and it doesn't really work without the Tecto rails, which is a shame, but let me try something. I just have a weird idea. Okay, let me try this. Hey, look! That worked! Yeah, that works! Hey, that gives us a lot of opportunities. I didn't even think of this, but now that I know that this works, we can have a lot more options. Okay, a cute little maintenance tunnel. Okay, alright, let's just see if this works, okay? Yo! There we go! Alright. Okay. Let's get a look from back here, alright? So, let's go this way this time. What? What the heck? That didn't... okay. What? Hold on. Okay, this way worked. Why didn't it attach that time? And it's not touching over there either, so what's the deal? Maybe I should put this here? Oh, wait, yeah, you don't get them back. Okay. Okay, so let's say if I put it right there, it wraps it around both sides. It'll for sure make contact, right? Okay, let's see if that does what we need. No, it doesn't. What on earth? This minecart's not making contact with either of them, so what's the holdup? It does when it's going slow, but like, this one works, so is it just directional bugginess again? I'm guessing it's just directional issues, like certain redstone functions don't work in certain directions. So I may just have to retire that whole pressure plate idea because that's just not reliable at all. That would have been the way that we do it too. Ah, man. Okay, let's do some tomfoolery here. There is one option that kind of sucks, but what we can do is we can crisscross these lines here. I want to do this without crossing, but we can crisscross and then have it lead back onto this track. I think. Don't quote me on that. Hey, there we go. I didn't want to do this because, God, it's just so complicated. I'm gonna have to repeat this in 4 different sections. No. Oh, I can't believe I made that mistake. When water falls straight down onto something that could be destroyed by water, it doesn't give you the item back. That was almost disastrous, but I just lost those 2 pieces, okay. Which still sucks. No, okay. Comes down, comes back around, comes back up. Okay, we're having an issue. Oh, is it having trouble deciding like which way this needs to go because this is here? I think that's our problem. I think that's our problem. Yeah, okay. Okay, this one has to be taller for some stupid reason. All right. This direction should also work. Okay, and it comes back up. Cool. So I guess this is fully functional now. So that means we can ride a minecart on it. However, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Let's say I want to go that way. How far will that travel? Oh, it's just gonna keep going. Oh, okay. There it goes. Oh my god, okay. So, good news is that it went past this next halfway point. It means I don't have to worry about putting like boosters on other places along the track, because apparently it just keeps on going and going and going. Oh, okay, there it is. So I made it pretty damn far. It went more than halfway around the whole track, so it's pretty good. But okay, this still works, and running away, it still continued to be on even though that I walked around this entire loop. I mean, it seems successful. We kind of have a problem though, and it's that I need way, way more rails. I only have 2 iron. This is all the iron I have in the whole world. What am I to do? Well, I'm gonna have to do a ton more strip mining. Like, I am not prepared for the amount of iron needed for this whole track thing. I guess I'm pretty satisfied with this. It is a lot more complicated than it needs to be. I think that if I just used 2 separate boosters, then I wouldn't have to have so many different tracks redirecting. I just could have 1 separate booster for each line, and then they would just go back onto their respective boosters. Maybe that's what I should be doing, you know? One thing I would try to like to improve is maybe extend this pulse somehow, but I don't really know how to do that with the very little space that we have. Might just have to suck it up and deal with it, and just kind of like try to time my presses correctly. So, full disclosure, I haven't worked on this video in 4 months. It's not because I didn't want to or I just got uninspired or anything. It's because I went to school. I go to school for video production. I learned how to do editing. I learned how to do special effects, digital effects. I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to implementing the stuff I learned in future videos and that kind of thing. But because of that, I really just wasn't able to work on this video. I realized that it wasn't done when I thought it would be done, and I wanted to record more for it, but I just didn't have the time. So that was the last thing that we did. And there's more to do, but there's also one other kind of big change that's happened since then. And that's that it's not fall anymore outside. I'm sure you've noticed if you live in the northern hemisphere. It's not fall anymore. It's winter. And because of this, I've decided to update my world accordingly. That's right, I made a winter texture pack / mod for the double negative world. And it's really cool because this also makes it snow. And I think I talked about this last episode, but there's no weather in this version. So this is a completely visual mod. All the snow on the ground is just retextured grass. Snow exists in the game, in the files. I just kind of unlocked it with the help of a modder named Vierton, who's helped me a lot in the past with other modding projects, so thank you to him. And I also made the bread texture into a little gingerbread man. The foliage is a little bit darker. Oh yeah, and I made this stupid little elf skin for myself. Everybody does a Santa skin all the time, so I decided I'd do an elf skin to be different. I don't really like how it turned out, but and check this out. I made a new background, got a bunch of different custom splash texts. Yeah, I went the whole 9 yards with this. I think it looks pretty cool. I guess that means that this video is now a Christmas special of some kind, which means I need to do something Christmassy. So I'm gonna put this off for a little bit. Surprise. Oh yeah, also, if you've seen this in the background of the video, these little redstone lines running everywhere, I initially recorded an entire section where I was trying to troubleshoot how to make different redstone circuits because pistons don't exist. Like, I wasn't sure how to like toggle an input and an output. So I came up with these circuits, and then I later found out that these are called latches. I think RS nor latches are the name for it. I struggle with it so much in the recording that I have no idea how to edit it down into something watchable. But basically, there's a button somewhere. Yeah, right here. Right now that redstone torch is on, it'll turn that one on and that one off. It'll flip-flop these. It's basically a flip-flop circuit. That's what the circuit does. I never knew this was possible without... I mean, I kind of figured this was possible without pistons, but I always just did it with pistons. It's so easy with pistons. But yeah, I came up with this. I tried to make an even more compact version, but this really isn't that much more compact. So, you know, I don't know. I'll have to worry about it later, but I just did this for fun. I don't even have a purpose for this. I thought about using it for the rail system, but I don't even have one for the rail system, to be honest. Anyway, oh, look at that, all the sugar canes growing on snow. That's funny. I think this is so cool. I really like the color of the foliage against the snow, and the water looks really good with it as well. Anyway, what I'm going to do next requires a lot of logs, so I'm going to do some more deforestation. Jesus Christ. Man. Okay, the next thing we have to do is we have to go to the Nether for this, and it's kind of impromptu and doesn't make it very special, but there's stuff in the Nether that we kind of need for this build that I want to do, and I'm thinking I put it in the wall down here. I mean, I'll hear it all the time, so I guess this will just be temporary. Maybe I'll have a better Nether build in the future, but for now I think I'm going to put it just in the wall down here. And I'm not going to spend all my time just going up downstairs with buckets. I am going to just make a diamond pickaxe. That'll be the first one for this world. Ta-da! That took 15 seconds. I had to sit through it, and you do too. Okay, I have a dumb idea. I think it would be cool to have the portal behind this painting. I know everybody does. They put hidden stuff behind paintings. It's such a trope, but I think it would be cool. It would be kind of like Mario 64. Remember Mario 64? You jump into the paintings and you go into those different worlds. I think that would be kind of neat. So I'm going to try it. I'm not sure if the painting can go directly on another portal. So we're going to wing it. I guess it'll be fate's way of telling me not to do this if it doesn't work. Okay, does it work? Hooray! Man, that is so loud. Okay, honestly, I wouldn't mind making a mod that just completely removes the nether portal sound. Alright, I am totally underprepared to go to the nether at the moment, so I'm going to take a ton of cobblestone because I want to be as safe as possible. I'm just going to try to throw up some walls as soon as I get there and make it super, super safe. Take some pork chops. I'm going to make some new armor too. Okay, I think we're ready. Okay, yeah, cool. It's just another painting. Okay, where are we? Oh, wait a minute. What? No, why? This is a terrible spawn. Okay, hold on. I need to focus. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, how is this happening? There's blocks above here. That doesn't make any sense. This is really funny though. Okay. Ooh, this is not good. Alright, I turned off the snow. That was weird. I guess it's kind of like the game checks for a certain amount of blocks in a certain space for snow. I thought it just checked for sky access. I guess not. Or it's just buggy. I have no idea. We are not in a good spot at all. Alright, it looks like our safest route is to bridge over to this thing. Hey, look. Soul sand. I didn't know soul sand was even in this version. Why did they add soul sand into the nether? Initially. I mean, what was the idea behind it? So anyway, we're... Oh, okay. Check this out. I'm wasting all my arrows on this. Whatever. So I want to get some glowstone while I'm here. I think in this version, it costs 9 dust to craft 1 glowstone, and you only get 1 when you mine it. So yeah, you only get 1 when you mine glowstone. So yeah, this stuff is pretty dang valuable. Having this fog on another really sucks. I can't even see the gas or where I should go next. Okay, we got 36. That is enough for 4 blocks of glowstone. I'm gonna get a little bit more. But yeah, this is really impractical. I can hear so many of them. I mean, normally you just hear it a little bit, but like I'm hearing a ton, which means there is a lot. Oh, this thing is just eating my pickaxe. Oh. No! No! That bastard. He blew up the glowstone. Oh, it means it all fell down there. Oh. I have not managed to hit one of these guys one time. I'm starting to think it's impossible. I didn't really want to go down here, but he drops so much glowstone, I guess I should just come down here. Should I be greedy and get that one? Yeah, I should. Okay. What? Oh, wait. No. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. That's weird. How did it just take damage? I didn't even hit it. We just gotta be fast. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh no. This whole sand. No. Alright. Nope. Ooh. Don't recommend this. I don't recommend this. Oh, I don't recommend this. Whew. Good lord. Okay, so we did pretty good. I consider that a success, as tumultuous as it was. I want to see how much can we actually craft with all this glowstone. Wow, we got a total of 16 blocks. 16 blocks. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but like it's a big deal in this version. It takes 9 glowstone dust to craft this stuff. And the other thing I went there to get was actually netherrack, because it's a sort of red block, and I wanted a red block to build with, and I don't really have anything like that. Oh yeah, and some gold. Also, gold blocks are pretty much useless. You can make a clock with them, but that's it. I guess there's tools, right? But they're less than useless considering how low durability is in this version. So they're purely kind of cosmetic, and that's okay. I'm alright with cosmetic. Alright, we're gonna find a cool place to make our build. Okay, yeah, this seems like a perfect little spot, just because we have a little bit of a clear area. I don't have to do a whole lot of work to clear this out. Oh, here we go. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to level this terrain out just a little bit. I like how it looks like it's snowing on here, but it's actually just grass growing onto the dirt. That's funny. Okay, so first I guess we're going to be tracing this thing out. Okay, that's about how wide it should be. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to build this facade first, and then I'm going to kind of figure out what I want from the build after that. Oh. Whoa, wait a minute, guys. Come on. Whoa, okay. I realize this doesn't have a ton of depth, but you know what? I like that. I like that it doesn't have a ton of depth. Maybe this looks kind of weird to you guys. I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm digging the design here. It's really simple. It's like kind of a throwback. I like the red roof, so I didn't do trim up on top with logs. I did it one block below. So instead these look like supporting rafters. And I think that design works pretty well with this. I like how that turned out a lot. So on the side, we're gonna have a little bit more of the same. That's the idea anyways. All right, I'm just gonna mirror that exact same thing on this side. Another super ugly water pond that I'm gonna cover up. You know, I'm sure Notch was proud when he got these things to generate in his world, but they're ugly. It was a bad idea. You know, we are awfully close to this corner. That reminds me, we are on the complete opposite side of the island. The other corner of this thing is at the house. Anyway, I'm kind of liking how this looks. It's a lot bigger than I thought I would be. Maybe I'll build more in the future that are like a smaller scale. Actually, yeah, I think that would look pretty good. I know it's netherrack, but netherrack does work pretty good as a roof. And I don't have bricks. There's no way I'm getting enough bricks to do an entire brick roof anyways. Well, okay. I don't know how I feel about the side texture. I think I'll change it just a little bit. That's not bad, actually. I don't mind that. Okay, yeah, that's not terrible. I don't hate it. That's how it looks from a distance. That looks cool. I like that. Okay, so I realize the snow may be affecting how this looks due to the video compression, so I'm going to stay still for like a half second. Anyway, this is a little update on what I've done. I went and got some more resources. I threw this together. We have a window, we have a flower box. I put ladders around here. I'm starting to like ladders. I'm starting to appreciate them for what they are. You know, I never really used them too much before in beta builds, and I misjudged them. That's for sure. I like how it complements this build specifically. There's something about them, I think it just looks really good here. It's like the perfect blend of simplicity. You know those houses that are like, people call them two-door houses or Daoko houses or whatever. They have like a stone base and then they have, you know, wool and logs on top. Well, I don't know. That big stone base always felt kind of weird to me. It felt like it should be shorter. So this is kind of an exercise in that. And this whole place is kind of like a little lodge. That's the goal. Of course, it's not done yet. Still have a little bit more to do. Here's our interior so far. Not a lot going on. There's a little bit of moss stone mixed into the ground here because we need to have green with our red and white. Up here, I'm still not really sure what to do. It looks like it's just going to be one giant room. I don't know what else to do with it. All right, there's one cool thing that I really want to do here. There we go. It's Christmas lights. You know, the lights go around your house. Now it's all lit up. And, oh, well, that one's not working. I have levers on here turning like every other one off. I think it looks so cool. Look at this. It's like, you know, the bulbs you string up against your roof. I'm gonna go fix that one, though. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Maybe you can't see it very well, but trust me, it looks really cool. Okay, see, that looks really cool. I'm really liking how this turned out. The lights on here, this exterior is really nice. The torch spam kind of contrasts with that, but also kind of doesn't. I'm fine with it, I think. All right, the next thing I want to do, I want to see if I can grow a tree inside the house. If I could grow a small tree inside the house, I could have a Christmas tree indoors. So that's what we're going to do. This may take a little bit. I'm not really sure what to expect here. It might grow like super huge and super obnoxious. I hope it doesn't break any blocks. I don't think it will, right? Okay, well, downstairs we have a little bit more designing to do. I think I'm for sure gonna get a staircase going on here. The question is, like, what style staircase do we go for? I think it should kind of come up into this corner here. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I think it would be really cool to put a bar in here. I know that sounds kind of strange. Okay, so stick with me here. I think we can make bar stools using a little bit of a tricky technique here involving water replacement. All right, so correct me if I'm wrong. If I put water here and then quickly replace it with a pressure plate. Oh, it just got destroyed? Hold on, let me get some more. I swear there's a way to do this, okay? Maybe I have to click the top of the fence block instead of the side of the block? Okay, that didn't do it. Maybe I have to put it away from a block next to it because maybe that's like updating it or something. Oh, felt like it was there for half a second longer. I swear this is possible, okay? I'm gonna try this time. I'm gonna surround all sides so the water doesn't flow. Then, we did it. Oh, wait, so how am I supposed to do this? It worked that time. Oh, I know what the problem is. Okay, so our issue is that it'll stay there, but once a block next to it updates it, it'll break off because it realizes it's not supposed to be there. So when I put water and water starts flowing off the sides and everything, I replace it with the pressure plate and then the water on the sides flows away. Well, that updates the pressure plate and breaks it. So I have to just be really fast. That's the goal here. Okay, so my finger's hovering over the 7 key. Boom. What'd I tell you? Now we have a bar stool. Check that out, man. That's awesome. Okay, so all I want to know is that it's possible. I'm going to put those in last. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a bar, and the bar will be made of note blocks. And then in the back, we'll have like maybe a fridge or something, some furnaces, of course, maybe some bookshelves, just to make it look like a bar. I'm going to go grab that stuff from the base. Is it possible to make a note block? Because I don't actually know. No, it's not. Okay. Never mind, switching gears. I was going to say maybe it would be cool if we had a brick bar. Then I remembered that we only have 4 pieces of clay. I guess we'll just do wood. It's kind of lame, but like whatever. I want to make 2 iron blocks and then an iron door for a fridge. Okay, so I think I see the issue here. I should probably put a slab or something to try to limit the height of this tree. Trees are kind of weird in beta. Blocks around them or close to them that are higher than a sapling kind of force it to grow into a tall tree sometimes. I always wonder, how tall is this trunk? I mean, this could be like a really interesting tree farming method. It would be annoying, but it could be cool. This tree did actually destroy some of the roof. There's a little hole right there. I didn't dig that hole. The shortest an oak tree can be is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks tall. So let's see if we can force that to grow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Well, I guess we'll see soon. Anyway, this is my bar area. I thought about doing sand for the bar, but I like how this turns out. I like the colors. It's not like I have a ton of stuff to do besides wait for that tree to grow. So I'm just gonna go stare at it. Okay, that didn't really work. I could try again, or I could raise this up one. Maybe I should just raise it up one. You know, now that I think of it, it did work. I did grow the shortest tree. My problem is that my floor is sunk into the ground by 1, so it's kind of interesting. Okay, well, guess we're gonna try again. Okay, here goes nothing. All right, that's perfect. That is the perfect size. I'm gonna go up and patch this roof up really quickly. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? I guess I didn't really think too hard about how this is actually gonna look. I guess the idea is that we're gonna reshape this whole tree into kind of like a conical shape or a cone shape. I wonder how that's gonna turn out. Probably kind of weird. This is our future Christmas tree. It's already kind of chaotic here, so let's make this more cylindrical. I have to be really careful. Once I destroy one of these leaves, you know it's gone. I can't make use of it anymore. There's our shape. Let's destroy that. Okay. Starting to look a little bit more Christmassy. Sorta. Okay. I really don't want to mess this up. I don't want to have to make another 5-hour time lapse to grow a tree. It was really quick and musical for you, but for me, I was sitting here staring at my screen for like an hour. It's not true, I was sleeping. Whatever. Okay, it looks a little bit more like a pine tree. I wonder if I should take off these blocks here, and I would kind of give it more of a sloped shape. God, that's such a gamble. I'm trying to think of something funny to say. Something that we could joke about gambling. No, I don't have one. Anyway. Okay, now it's a little weird. Okay, it's not terrible. I guess it's kind of the shape that we want. The next thing that we have to do is decorate this. I'm going to put some ornaments on here. Now, there aren't really a lot of great blocks for ornaments in this version, but I did grab gold and glowstone for a reason. The glowstone is going to function as like a bulb and also a Christmas tree light, and then the gold is going to be our star. So let's check this out. Usually, I think you do the star last. I don't know, that's how we do it in my house. Boom. I think that actually improves the shape a lot. Yeah, that looks nice. So the other thing is I'm going to replace random leaf blocks here with the glowstone instead of like just kind of putting it around it. And again, I had to be very careful where I place my glowstone because once I break it, I only get 1 dust back and it takes 9 to craft. So this is a very careful process that I'm kind of doing here. In fact, I don't think I need to even put that many. I think that's fine. I don't think I need any more than that. There we go. There's a Christmas tree. I think that looks great. Looking at the size of this thing, I'm realizing that we can't really fit a chimney in here in a convenient location. That's fine. This is a very flammable house. I don't want to risk burning it all down because I don't understand fire physics. I was kind of thinking I'd put a big couch in here, but I don't know where I would fit it. We need to have probably a different kind of roof rather than just this netherrack everywhere. It looks nice on the outside, but on the inside, I'm not really sure. But I don't know if it'll actually fit in here. I could just line it with wood. I mean, I could just do that. The tree is kind of touching the roof right there, but I think this looks a lot better. It kind of makes the colors look better. Now, some of you might suggest I use white wool as ornaments, or maybe even snow blocks. But the reason I actually didn't do that is because I didn't think of it. Every Christmas tree needs presents, and we don't have presents in this game, but what we do have are chests. So I'm just gonna put a bunch of chests down here. Okay, there we go. We have some presents underneath the tree. It looks kind of weird. I have some stone stairs. Let me just throw up like a couch over here. I'm gonna put some signs in the side and call it good. Let's do this. Crafting table. Let's make a painting. Bet you that would be pretty. And then we'll make a bookshelf over here. I'm surprised those stair placements didn't go poorly. Holy smokes. I'm gonna put ladders in the side. Why? Just because I want to. How about that? Just for safety's sake, I should put some fencing around here. So you come over here and then you can sit down, you can go look at your books. This is your bench, and you can open up presents at the Christmas tree. Dang, yeah, I think that means that this build is done. Check this out. This is the completed build. This is the build in its entirety. I really love how this gables turned out. I really like the Christmas lights we have on the outside. I'm pretty proud of myself for that, but to be honest, I took inspiration from the boy Ryan. He loves spamming redstone torches all over his builds. It's kind of a unique thing that I haven't seen from anybody else. I thought it looked pretty nice here with the alternating, and I liked how the ladders looked. I never really used ladders in builds before I tried this version. That's being honest. I never really cared for them, but they actually do look pretty nice. I think this base turned out really well. It's not too much of the build, and it doesn't take away from the shape. I like how it's a little bit of depth over here, so you can tell it's a little bit smaller and so a supportive structure, but it's no depth here. It's a nice balance. Let's go inside. Now, you already saw this. This is the bar. This is the eating area. Here are the bar stools, which are hard to make, as I'm sure you recall. We have our ovens here, we have our fridge, we have a little bit of storage here, which I'm probably not going to leave all that stuff in there, but whatever. I have a painting I should probably place down. So, yeah, okay, that's fine. Then upstairs, you guys just saw, we have our amazing Christmas tree, all of our presents for Christmas, fancy vaulted ceilings. Everything's working out pretty good here. So, I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. That's just going to be the end of our Christmas episode. So if you guys waited this long to watch episode 3 of the Double Negative Challenge, thank you. I hope it was worth the wait, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Oh, I forgot I could do this. Anyway, I've been Monster, and have a Merry Christmas.